Hey yo, what's good guys? There's a few things I want to talk about, but first, the gameplay. I made it to endgame and I met this guy. He didn't want to kill me for some reason, so I was curious to see what would happen if I didn't kill him either. So pretty much we're just emoting, just messing around the endgame. I mean, I don't really take this game too serious anymore, so I just wanted to see what would happen. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is just the skill-based matchmaking in Fortnite. Now it takes about 30 seconds to a minute to get in the game, especially at night. It could be a little bit longer. 1 minute queue times aren't that bad, so I'm not really too upset about it. So skill-based matchmaking is in solos and duos, and when you go random fill for duos, your partner's going to be somewhat of equal skill to you, which is pretty cool, and they can be on any device. Like last night I got partnered with a couple people using keyboard and mouse on PC with like 240 frames. And I saw a lot of people complaining about this and how they didn't want to go up against, like, people on console didn't want to go up against people on PC, and how people on mobile didn't want to go up against people on like console or PC because, you know, more frame rates and all this other stuff. Honestly, I don't really care because I don't really take the game too serious anymore, but I can see where they're coming from. A positive thing about skill-based matchmaking is that players of similar skills will face each other, which means that Epic will have no need to, or hope they won't, add items like the Brute, the Plane, the Sword back, or other similar items, because the reasoning for adding those stuff to the game was to help newer players get kills on more experienced players, but obviously now a newer player will not face experienced players, unless the experienced player is smurfing. But now Epic said that you can be banned for smurfing, but will that stop people from smurfing? Obviously not, but you know, you can't be banned for it now. And I really don't care for people who smurf. I can see why people don't like people who smurf, but I could care less. Another positive thing about skill-based matching is that hopefully Epic will add back Siphon to normal game modes, because the reason for taking Siphon out was that newer players had a hard time killing more experienced players. But now again, everyone's similar skills facing each other, you know, it should come back to the game, and it will reward people for getting kills. The next thing I want to talk about are just the bots that are coming in Season 11 of Fortnite. So Epic Games actually answered a few questions about the bots, and the first one being what happens if you die to a bot, and their response is that you won't actually spectate the bot, you'll spectate another person, like an actual player, so you know if you die to a bot. The second question is what happens if there's no more normal players left and there's only bots remaining, and then the answer was that the game would just end. Another question was, can bots do 90s and ramp pushes, and they obviously said they haven't programmed them to do it, but they can. Another question was, can you ever be partnered up with a bot? The answer was no. The next question was, are bots coming to creative mode? And their response was not yet, but maybe further down the line. And then the last question is, will there ever be a game mode where it's you versus like completely other bots? And they said not at the moment, but they're also working on it. A few other things, they said that keyboard and mouse players will get edit and build sensitivities, like they're working on implementing that, and that the combine mode is going to stay as a permanent game mode within Fortnite. And I'm kind of upset that season 10 got extended a whole week. I'm kind of just hoping for the season to end. I'm just tired of it, and I can't wait for season 11 because I hope they evolve the tag SMG and the heavy sniper. Also, not really a big fan of the flintlock. I don't know why they brought that back. I guess a lot of people like it, but I don't. Also, kind of hoping they bring back double shotguns again. That was pretty fun. The last thing I want to talk about is the topic that is Fortnite dying. Honestly, I don't think Fortnite's dying. I think it's just decreasing in popularity, obviously, but I wouldn't say it's dying. And a lot of people went back to school, so you probably see the numbers spike back up during Christmas and like spring break, obviously summer break. Fortnite to truly die, which is so hard for it to happen, but Epic would have to do some like absurd thing, like take a building out the game, or add like a plane V2 or a mech V2, and they're on some like a whole other level, which I don't see them ever doing. So I don't know, it'd be very hard for this game to die. And if you're not enjoying Battle Royale right now, you could always do something creative like Zone Wars. That's pretty fun. I mean, it's not for me, but you know, it's a fun game mode, and you'd always play Save the World, you know, or just take a break and then come back to the game. Alright, that's it for the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and peace.
Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word. I know it's up, you can have it all. Watch me rip it off, I'll admit it. You got me feeling hella loved, even when it's going down. Know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.